Hi, welcome to Bradley's Maths. This is a video that I'm doing for my blog page, or blog pages, https://bradleysmaths.co.uk/sketching-curved-graphs.html if you want to go there and have a look at the blog. This came about because a lady got in touch with me on my Q&A address, which is on my website, and asked me to settle an argument between her and her son about plotting versus rough sketches, which is interesting. Plotting points is really useful if you've got plenty of time. In an exam, it uses a huge amount of time and you really don't want to be doing it. Rough sketches is really useful if you're not getting any marks and you just want to know the shape of the graph. Like, for instance, if you are looking for a region that satisfies a quadratic inequality, a rough sketch is fantastic for that. In mathematics, we sketch graphs, and it's a specific skill that we have, and I'm going to show you how to do it now. So, it sketched the graph of y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5, clearly showing the coordinates of the turning point, the roots, and the y-intercept. Why not pause the video now and have a go yourself? When you come back, I'll be ready to take you through how to do it. Okay, so I'm guessing that you're back by now, that you've had a go. I hope you've done a really good sketch. You'll know when you see what I do. My graph sketching skills are not great, and I'm doing something that I don't recommend you do. I am using a pen to sketch my graphs, because using a pencil with the video, it doesn't always come out all that well. So I'm going to use a pen so that you can see it. So, sketch the graph of y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5, clearly showing the coordinates of the turning point, the roots, and the y-intercept. The turning point. Finding the turning point, the easiest way to do it is to complete the square. And I already have a blog post on completing the square. So all I'm going to do is do it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm doing here, but we can say that x squared minus 4x minus 5 is identical to x minus 2 all squared. We're adding 2 in here, even though it's negative 2. When we square it, that becomes a positive 2. We're adding 2 in here, and so we have to subtract 2 outside of the bracket. So it's minus 4 minus 5. Minus 4 minus 5 is minus 9, and that is the square completed. If you expand this, you will get x squared minus 4x minus plus 4, and then your minus 9 brings it back to minus 5. Okay, so that's it done. If you want to know how to do it, have a look on my blogspot. You'll find that there is a video on there for it. Okay, so this tells us then that the turning points, the coordinates of the turning point are 2 and minus 9. Notice that it is positive 2. The number which is the x coordinate in the turning point is the number that makes this bracket 0. Okay, so it is 2 minus 9 is the turning point. The roots, I would expect anybody who's up to the stage of sketching graphs in GCSE or IGCSE to be able to find the roots of a quadratic that factorizes them. This one does. So what we have is, we know we put this into 2 brackets, and it's x at the beginning of each bracket. We know that we have to have 2 numbers that multiply together to give us negative 5. So one of them must be 1 and the other must be 5. One of them must be negative and one of them must be positive. and in fact they're going to be negative 5, so it's x minus 5, x plus 1, because we have x squared minus 5x plus x is minus 4x minus 5. So those are our numbers, and the roots then of our equation come about when we set each bracket equal to 0. X minus 5 equals 0 tells us that x must equal 5, so we have 5 comma 0, and x plus 1 equals 0 tells us that x must equal negative 1, and so we have negative 1 comma 0. Those are our roots, and the y-intercept, it's always the same in any polynomial. We make x 0, so x squared is 0, negative 4x is 0, which leaves y equals negative 5. So the y-intercept is, what did we say? Negative 5, didn't we? Yes, so the y-intercept is 0 on the x and a negative 5. That's all we have to find, and now I'm going to quickly sketch the graph. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my y-axis over here somewhere, and my x-axis around about here, I think. There, I'm not going to be too fussed about where it is. So that's the x and the y axes labelled. We have negative 1, that's about there, negative 1. So 5 will be about here. So this is 5, and minus 9 will be somewhere down here, maybe a little bit higher, around about there, and 2 is going to be about here, I think. So that is our turning point, and that is 2 comma negative 9, and this is where it gets difficult, so just bear with me. Let me just turn my paper a bit. It's always easier if you can turn your paper a bit and get it just right. So it looks something like this. And that point there is 5 comma 0. I have a negative 5 down here, so that's going to be about there. That's going to be about negative 5, I think. And I like to turn my page upside down to do this side of the graph. So we come round through our y-intercept and up and just through there. And it's not great. This bit here is not fantastic, where I've just run off a little bit, but it's not too bad. Okay, this is 0 comma 5, and this point here is negative 1 comma 0, and that is our graph of y equals x squared minus 4x minus 5, and it's not perfect, it's a sketch. This would get me full marks on a GCSE or IGCSE examination. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.